There are moments in life when everything collapses at once, when the people you trusted disappear, the plans you made fall apart, and the path ahead turns into darkness. You look around and realize there's nothing left to hold on to. You whisper to yourself, this must be the end. But listen to me, the end in your eyes is often the beginning in Allah's plan. When Allah allows something to fall apart, it is not rejection, it is redirection. Sometimes the door that closes was never meant to carry the weight of your destiny. You wept because you didn't know that loss was actually preservation. You cried because you couldn't see that behind the silence, Allah was scripting something far greater. There are chapters of your life that Allah will close, not because you failed, but because He has written a better one. The pain you felt was not punishment, it was preparation. You were being refined, reshaped, and repositioned. You were never being buried, you were being planted. Many people gave up when they saw the dust, not knowing a seed only grows when it's hidden beneath it. When everything ends, the relationship, the career, the opportunity, don't despair. Allah doesn't end a story without writing a new one. And when He writes with redemption. He writes with wisdom. He writes with mercy. There will come a time when you'll look back and realize that what broke you actually built you. That the silence was not abandonment, it was alignment. That the delay was not denial, it was divine timing. So if you are in your night season, don't panic. Allah is still the author. The pen is still in His hand. And what looks like the end of your chapter is simply the turning of a page. Because when Allah rewrites your story, the same people who left you will watch Him elevate you. The same tears that fell from pain will fall again, but this time from joy. You will understand why every no had to happen. You will see how every setback was secretly a setup. You thought it was the end, but Allah wrote a new chapter, and this time it will make sense. There are seasons when it feels like Allah has gone silent, when your prayers seem unanswered, your efforts unseen, and your hopes slowly fading. You start to wonder if your story has ended, if maybe this is where everything stops. But silence does not mean abandonment. It means the author is still writing. Every great story has quiet chapters, moments when nothing seems to move, yet everything is being prepared behind the scenes. Allah does not rush His masterpiece. He writes with precision, with intention, with timing that is flawless. Sometimes He hides you so He can heal you. Sometimes He delays you so He can prepare the stage for your arrival. The silence is not punishment, it's protection. It's the sacred pause before the unveiling. While you're crying over what you lost, He's scripting what you're about to gain. While you're questioning the delay, He's aligning people, places, and moments to meet you at the perfect time. The author never stops writing. The story is still unfolding even when you can't see the ink. So don't close the book because a chapter feels dark. The next page might be the break through you've been praying for. Trust the process. Trust the pen in His hand. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every delay, they are all sentences in a divine story that will make sense one day. When Allah finally turns the page, you'll see why the silence had to last. You'll see that He was never finished with you. He was preparing a better ending. So stand still, breathe, and keep believing. The silence isn't the end. It's just the sound of a new chapter being written in your favor. Every ending feels painful because it carries the weight of what once was the memories, the dreams, the plans that never came to pass. But what if every closed door wasn't meant to destroy you, but to direct you? What if the endings you feared were simply the turning points you needed? When Allah closes a door, He is not taking something from you. He is protecting you from what no longer serves your destiny. Every disappointment hides divine intention. Every rejection is often redirection. What you call loss, heaven calls alignment. It's in the breaking that new beauty is born. A seed must first die before it grows. Likewise, parts of your life must end so that new purpose can emerge. You may not understand it now, but every chapter that closes is making space for what's coming next. The tears you shed are watering the soil of a new beginning. The silence you endure is clearing the noise for divine instruction. Redemption is hidden in endings. What you thought was the finish line may actually be the foundation of a new season. The job you lost, the person who walked away, the dream that seemed to collapse, none of it was wasted. Allah never ends anything without reason. Every ending he allows carries a seed, a lesson, a strength, a new opportunity designed to align you with his purpose. So don't mourn forever over closed doors. The author of your story has already written the next chapter. Stand up from the ruins, dust off your pain, and step forward. For in every ending, there is redemption waiting to unfold, a beginning you couldn't see, but one perfectly written to lead you closer to your destiny. There are moments in life when it feels like everything has fallen apart, when you've been pushed down so deep that you can hardly breathe. You look around, and it feels like the end, like you've been buried beneath disappointment, failure, and pain. But what if you were never buried to die, but planted to grow? The difference between burial and planting is purpose. Both happen beneath the soil, both are covered in darkness, but one is meant to end, and the other is meant to begin again stronger. When Allah allows you to go through seasons of isolation and obscurity, it's not rejection, it's cultivation. The seed doesn't complain about the darkness, it trusts the process. Beneath the soil, transformation happens. Roots form, strength builds. What the world can't see, Allah is nurturing in silence. You may feel forgotten, but you are being prepared. You may feel hidden, but you are being protected until your time of emergence. Every great destiny requires a season of darkness, a time when no one claps for you, no one sees your effort, and no one understands your pain. But when the time is right, when the soil of your life has done its work, you will rise not as you were, but greater, wiser, and unshakable. The very pressure that buried you will push you upward. The same ground that covered you will become the platform of your growth. So don't mistake delay for defeat. Don't call it over when it's only beginning. You are not buried, you are planted. And in due time, when the season shifts, you will break through the soil radiant, strong, and ready for the light that was always meant for you. Pain has a purpose, even when it feels unbearable. Every tear, every heartbreak, every disappointment is not wasted. It is shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for what's next. When life breaks you, it's not to destroy you. It's to rebuild you into someone stronger, wiser, and ready to handle the weight of a greater blessing. Growth never happens in comfort. The same fire that melts wax hardens gold. The difference lies in what you're made of. Sometimes Allah will allow storms to come not to punish you, but to prepare you. He uses the pain to stretch your capacity, to test your endurance, to deepen your faith. The breaking is not a curse, it's divine training. You're learning how to rise after falling, how to trust after loss, how to keep walking even when the path is unclear. Pain is the classroom of transformation. What feels like suffering is often the soil where strength is planted. Every person who carries greatness has been through breaking. The struggle teaches humility, the loss teaches gratitude, and the delay teaches patience. Without those lessons, blessings would destroy you. That's why some doors stay closed until your character is ready to walk through them. So when life presses hard against you, don't resist the process. Let the breaking build you, let the pain prepare you. One day you'll look back and realize that what hurt you the most was the very thing that trained you for the life you prayed for. The season of breaking is never the end, it's the refining fire before the rise. Every scar carries wisdom, every wound carries growth, and every tear waters the seed of your next blessing. Sometimes life takes a turn you never expected, plans crumble, people leave, and doors that once felt secure suddenly close. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned, to think you've lost your way. But what if that loss was never rejection, only divine redirection? What if what you called an ending was simply Allah guiding you towards something greater? Every disappointment carries a hidden message. Asterisk, this is not where you're meant to stay. Asterisk, when Allah redirects you, He doesn't explain, He moves. And because we can't see the full picture, It feels painful. We hold on to what's familiar, not realizing that comfort can become a cage. Sometimes he has to shake you free from what's safe so you can step into what's destined. The path may feel uncertain, but destiny rarely follows straight lines. The detours are divine, the pauses are purposeful, the loss is often the language of alignment. Many times, the things you cried over were actually removed to make space for better. The people who walked away were not meant to walk with you into the next chapter. The plan that failed was protecting you from a future that could have broken you. When Allah redirects, He is not taking from you, He's steering you towards something you wouldn't have chosen. But that will bless you far beyond what you imagined. So don't fight the shift, trust it. Every no hides a higher yes. Every ending hides a beginning. You are not off course, you are being guided. Divine redirection is not about loss, it's about positioning. One day, you will look back and realize that what you thought was a setback was actually the gentle hand of Allah turning you toward your true destiny.